Okay, picture this. You need to get from New York to LA. In 1800, that trip took 6 months. You'd ride a horse, hope it doesn't die, get on a boat, hope it doesn't sink, and if everything went perfectly, you'd arrive half a year later. Today, you hop on a plane, watch 2 movies, eat a questionable snack, and land 5 hours later. The evolution of transportation is the most dramatic improvement in human experience. We went from walking everywhere to flying through the air at 500 miles per hour in just a couple hundred years. Let's trace how we got here. Let's get into it. For thousands of years, if you wanted to go anywhere, you walked. That's it. Maybe you rode a horse if you were rich. The horse was the original transportation technology. The wheel was invented around 3500 BC, and that changed everything. Suddenly you could put wheels on a platform, attach a horse, and move heavy stuff. The chariot was basically the sports car of the ancient world. Fast, dangerous, and only the elite could afford one. Ancient Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks all used chariots for war and racing. The Roman Empire built over 250,000 miles of roads to move their armies efficiently. Good roads plus good horses equals an empire that lasts centuries. The Romans also figured out ships. Their triremes and larger merchant ships could move goods and troops across the Mediterranean. Sailing technology improved slowly but steadily over thousands of years. Lateen sails let ships sail into the wind. The compass let sailors navigate when clouds hid the stars. By the 1400s, European ships could cross oceans. Columbus made it to America in 1492 on 3 small ships that would be considered unseaworthy by modern standards. But that voyage kicked off the age of exploration. Ships got bigger, faster, and more capable. The galleon, the clipper ship, the man-o'-war. For 300 years, if you wanted to go anywhere far, you sailed. Then the 1800s hit and everything changed at once. The steam engine. Railroads. The first practical steam locomotive was built in 1804. By 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad connected the U.S. coast to coast. What took 6 months by wagon now took 7 days by train. The railroad reshaped the world. Towns that got train stations thrived. Towns that didn't died. Time zones were literally invented because of railroads. Before trains, every city set its own time based on the sun. Trains needed standard schedules, so time zones were created. The world synced up because of transportation. The steam engine also revolutionized ships. Steamships didn't need wind. They could go anywhere, anytime on schedule. The Titanic was the ultimate expression of early 1900s ship technology. It was massive, luxurious, and supposedly unsinkable. We know how that ended. But the lesson wasn't ships are bad. It was build better safety systems. And we did. Modern cruise ships are floating cities with 6,000 passengers. The automobile changed things on a personal level. Before cars, most people never traveled more than 20 miles from where they were born. Your entire life happened in your village. The Benz patent motor wagon in 1886 was the first real car. It had 3 wheels and a top speed of 10 miles per hour. A horse could outrun it. But it was the beginning. Henry Ford's Model T made cars affordable for regular people. The assembly line dropped the price from $850 to $300. By 1927, Ford had sold 15 million Model Ts. Cars reshaped the world. Highways were built. Suburbs were created. Drive-thrus, motels, gas stations, parking lots. The American landscape was designed around the car. Car culture became a thing. Route 66, muscle cars, road trips. The automobile gave ordinary people freedom of movement they'd never had. You could go anywhere, anytime, without waiting for a train schedule. The airplane was the next leap. The Wright brothers flew for 12 seconds in 1903. By 1927, Charles Lindbergh flew solo across the Atlantic. By 1958, the Boeing 707 was carrying passengers across the ocean in a few hours. Commercial aviation made the world small. You could have breakfast in New York and dinner in London. The jet age was here. Air travel evolved from a luxury for the rich to something almost everyone can afford. The 1970s brought jumbo jets like the Boeing 747 that could carry 400 passengers. Budget airlines in the 1990s made flying cheaper than driving. Today, over 4 billion people fly every year. The plane is the safest mode of transportation ever invented. You're more likely to be killed by a vending machine falling on you than in a plane crash. Let that sink in. Then we went to space. The space race was the ultimate transportation flex. Sputnik in 1957. Gagarin in 1961. Apollo 11 on the moon in 1969. We put humans on another world using computers less powerful than a modern calculator. The Saturn V rocket produced 7.5 million pounds of thrust. It was the most powerful machine ever built. And it carried humans beyond Earth's atmosphere. Space shuttles followed. Then SpaceX reinvented rocketry with reusable boosters. Now Starship, the biggest rocket ever built, promises to take humans to Mars. Transportation is about to go interplanetary. Back on Earth, high-speed rail is connecting countries. Japan's Shinkansen bullet train started in 1964 and now reaches 200 miles per hour. France's TGV, Germany's ICE, China's massive high-speed network that's longer than the rest of the world combined. Trains are making a comeback as clean, fast alternatives to planes and cars. Ships are still the backbone of global trade. 90% of everything you own was on a cargo ship at some point. Your phone, your clothes, your food, all traveled across the ocean in a massive steel container. Containerization revolutionized shipping in the 1950s and made global trade possible. A single container ship can carry 20,000 containers. The largest ships are longer than the Empire State Building is tall. Electric cars are transforming personal transportation. The Tesla Model S proved electric could be fast, luxurious, and desirable. Now every major automaker is going electric. Norway already has more electric cars than gas cars on the road. The internal combustion engine's reign is ending. The battery is taking over. Bicycles were another transportation revolution. The safety bicycle in the 1880s gave ordinary people affordable personal transport for the first time. It liberated women, especially bicycles meant women could travel independently without a chaperone. Susan B. Anthony said bicycles did more to emancipate women than anything else. The bike is still the most efficient transportation machine ever invented. A human on a bike is more energy efficient per mile than any other animal or vehicle. Motorcycles brought speed to two wheels. From early 1900s motorbikes that were basically bicycles with engines, to today's superbikes that can hit 200 miles per hour. Harley-Davidson, Triumph, Ducati, Honda. Motorcycles became a symbol of freedom and rebellion. Easy Rider, the Hells Angels, the open road. 2 wheels, an engine, and no destination in mind. Public transit evolved too. The subway started in London in 1863. The London Underground is the oldest metro system in the world, nicknamed the Tube. New York's subway opened in 1904 and now carries 5 million passengers every day. Subways, buses, trams, light rail mass transit moves millions of people efficiently through crowded cities. Without public transit, modern cities would be completely gridlocked. The infrastructure that supports transportation is mind-blowing. The U.S. interstate highway system has 48,000 miles of road. The Golden Gate Bridge, the Channel Tunnel connecting England and France, the Hoover Dam, the Panama Canal. These engineering marvels were built to move people and goods. The Panama Canal alone saves ships 8,000 miles of travel around South America. Aviation evolved from propellers to jets to supersonic. The Concorde flew from New York to London in 3.5 hours. It was faster than the rotation of the Earth. You could arrive before you left, time zone-wise. The Concorde was retired in 2003, but supersonic flight is coming back. Boom Supersonic is building a new generation of faster-than-sound airliners. Drones are the newest transportation innovation. Quadcopters that deliver medicine to remote villages. Military drones that fly for 24 hours straight. Delivery drones from Amazon and Google. Your next package might arrive by air, not by truck. Drone swarms can coordinate like birds, mapping terrain and delivering goods in unison. The sky is getting busy. And the future? Hyperloop pods shooting through vacuum tubes at 700 miles per hour. Autonomous flying taxis that take off and land vertically. Self-driving cars that let you sleep while you commute. Drones delivering packages to your doorstep. Starship taking humans to Mars. The evolution of transportation isn't slowing down. It's accelerating faster than ever. Think about the journey. From walking everywhere to flying through the air. From 6 months to cross a continent to 5 hours. From horse and cart to self-driving electric cars. From sailing ships that relied on wind to cargo ships bigger than anything ever built. From watching the stars to navigate to GPS satellites that know your position within inches. The way we move has changed more in the last 200 years than in the previous 200,000. And the next 20 years will probably change it more than the last 100. Self-driving, electric, autonomous, flying, spacefaring. The future of transportation is going to be insane. So next time you complain about a 30-minute commute, remember, your ancestors would have killed for that speed. We're living in the golden age of transportation. And it's only getting better. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more evolution content that goes hard. Keep moving forward.